Here we are at the 2025 Elk River Swap, and it's looking good already. All right, this guy's got skedaddler stuff, and I'm pretty excited. Check this out. This is a Hearth Motor XX 1440, the 440 Reed Hearth from the race sled. He's got a new old stock seat cover there too. Good stuff. All kinds of skedaddler stuff here. Cougar for 900 bucks. Nice Ole 850. But 1,600 bucks for an XX 440 and it runs. I already talked to him about this. I didn't have my microphone on, but check this thing out. That motor in running condition, that's a bargain. That's a bargain. How about this Mustang? I believe this is probably a 67 Mustang. It says 900 bucks on it. Very cool. All right, he's gonna fire up the XX for us. It hasn't ran yet today, so we'll give him a few pulls. Uh-oh.
I don't care if we cheat.
He's got death spray. How about that? A pop on the first pull. She'll go. I stopped. I interrupted him in selling a recoil, so. There you go, folks. Running factory race sled with a very rare engine for 1,600 bucks at a swap meet. That motor is super rare. XX skedaddler only. Thanks, man. Yep. All right. Here's a couple vintage on the trailer. Second show in a row, or swap in a row with the Kawasaki in it. This is a 340 Invader. Looks like 650 bucks. We'll walk around and take a better look at that Skidoo in a second. All right, here's a good look at that Skidoo. S250, pretty cool looking. Love these bubble noses. She's got a one-lunger socks on her with an HR carb. So probably an SA290 or SA280, one of the smaller motors. But this thing would make a great one-lung racer for the relic class. You know, probably needs new track drivers, and then a guy could go run this in the Wild Bill. Very cool sled. I love the look on these things. Looks like an Ultra base right there. Pink Ribbon Riders Yamaha here. Nice looking ZR600. Says 1,700 bucks on the tag. Cool. Be a good rider for somebody. Swap haulers at work. How about this? I think that's a 72 Charger, I believe. Maybe it's a Mustang. I don't know. They kind of look the same. 550 bucks. That'd be a good vintage rider for somebody. You don't see those very often. It's a fanner. When they're free air, this panel's off and the fins are sticking out, but the fanners had that panel on them. Kind of a cool sled. I think I saw that hood up in Duluth last weekend. All right, we got a ZRT. That's a nice sled. Somebody needs to grab that and turn that back into a trail rider again. Good morning.
Morning. Come back when he unwraps the Evinrude.
Oh, there's an Evinrude under there? I will be back for the Evinrude. That's a good idea. Check this out. Neat. Clutch clocks. All right, check this out. I know it's in the shade, it's dark, and it's a dark sled. I'll do what I can to adjust that, but beautiful 500 Classic. He says it's got reverse, too. Nice two-up seat. Blue two-up seat, the proper color. Had to walk around and get out of the shadows to see that. Extra 10 in it. Wow, what a nice thing to see at the swap meet. Somebody needs to buy this. Too bad Dennis isn't here. Dennis would grab this up in a second. All right, $3,000 it says for this F7 Firecat. You know, good old Pete at Rednecks and Dirty Hands, he taught me F7s are pretty fast. Cool sled, cool graphics on it. Vertic was really on their game with these graphics in those years. Now, I know right now there's somebody jumping out of their skin to tell me, hey, there's an Indy Trail hood for Brad. No, that's a wedge hood. Both of those are wedge hoods. They don't fit Brad's Evolved. But Mohawk Salvage does have the Evolved Indy Trail in that teal color, and they're going to get that down to us. All right, there's your reminder about the Midwest Ride-In, and Valdi and we're going to get up there and shoot a video and give you guys the lay of the land before the event happens. Hopefully well in advance, but not until November at the earliest. Air over hydraulic ATV lift, 150 bucks. That's a good price. All right, here's a trailer find, kind of hidden away on the side that's not on the aisle, but look at that. She's got the long, low gas tank and the short seat, so you'd think it's a 78. It's a 77 hood, kind of a mishmash of parts, and it's a 440, even though it's got a 340 hood on it. You can tell by the way the cylinder heads go all the way to the outside of the cylinders. 340s are inset a little bit, but there's a find for somebody. Already rubber tracked, already got the Indy suspension. That's a ready-to-go vintage rider, or at least it sure looks like it. That'll be a great find for somebody. All right, how about this for a swap meet find? It says it's a 1980 TXL Indy, and looking at it, you know, the hood's been repainted or something, but it's got all the hallmarks. It's got the round arms, it's got the right decals on the tunnel, and it is an early Indy hood. You can tell that because right here, this is fiberglassed in. It's not a gauge pod like the later Indies, and there is no motor in it. Pipes and carbs and stuff, but no motor. But you know, that'd be a good project for somebody. Maybe drop an Indy 500 into it or something. 320 bucks or best offer, he says. All right, we got another Indy Trail hood here. That's another early hood. You can tell once again the gauge pod is part of the hood. It's not a separate bolt-on pod. And looks like a 76, 77 TX free air suspension right there. All right, folks, look what I spotted. You know how I am about Polaris leathers, so we'll talk to this gentleman in a second. Yeah, the price was right. I had to do it. A couple cool skidoos here. Little lawns. This guy's got a 440 or so it says with twin pipes, and holy cow, free air. Has it got the 73 free air? That's a sweet sled. Are you trying to sell these today? Are you? What are you asking for them? How much? $2,500 a piece. Yeah? All right. They're nice resto customs, man. Good luck. I hope you get it. Appreciate it. All right, here's a good swap meet find, a good rider for somebody. It's an Edge for 2,500 bucks. 06 with electric start, 300 miles on rebuild. It's got the perk, it's got the yellow button. Man, this is a dream for somebody. These things are great sleds. Yeah.
Never been outside.
500. These are the end of the line for trailing arms at Polaris too, and I'll tell you, I think they are the best trailing arm sled for riding.
Where was he when I was selling mine?
I'm just showing it for the YouTube, but I love this. I love this sled. That's a good deal for an Edge. And you got a Gen 2 Classic over here too. Or is that an Edge? No, it's an Edge. I always got to look at the hood real close. Cool. Nice sled. That's probably a lot of a project for most people, but these Chaparrals do make a good vintage rider. You know, they got the nice aluminum bulkhead. They're pretty light. And look how many frosty beverages you could fit under the seat with that riser on it there. You know, they're kind of a neat sled. All right, I'm here looking at this Evinrude rotary with these young gentlemen who are thinking about buying it. So I'm going to give them my lecture on these. So these Evinrudes were a unique Wankel engine. Most Wankel engines are either what they call a side port, which means the air comes into the rotor through the side, or they're a peripheral port. It comes in through the periphery. This had both. And depending on the speed, there's a vane that the fan controls that controls a butterfly valve in between the port. And what happens is you're cruising down the trail and it's just flapping to beat the band, and all of a sudden it fatigues off and the butterfly valve goes through the motor and destroys it, and there's no way to repair it after that. It wrecks the outer part. And the outer part's like an early version of Nicosil, and no one in the world repairs them. So when you buy one of these rotaries, the first thing you need to do is get the motor out, get it apart, get that butterfly valve out, and they're very simple to work on. But you get that butterfly valve out, you just tap it for a pipe plug, make sure the pipe plug doesn't protrude in where it's going to wipe off the apex seals. Good to go. And you will not notice any performance difference. It'll start the same, it makes the same torque. They should have just not put the butterfly in the first place. But it'll be a totally reliable sled for you once you do that. But you do have to do a little work on these. So just an FYI on these sleds. All right, I'm here with the YouTube fan. What's your name?
Caden.
Caden?
Yep.
And Caden just sold me a reverse setup for a nice price. And with that lever assembly, it's for an Evolved, but it should work on my 99 XCR. So there's the missing link for that setup. All right, I'm going to call that a wrap on the swap. I want to say a special thanks to Stevie Ray for filling up the beer fridge for us. Great meeting you, and great meeting all the other fans of the channel that were out here today. Really appreciate all of you. So hit subscribe if you haven't hit subscribe yet. And of course, a big thanks to the patrons. And if you don't know, that's how we do our channel membership. We do it over in another app called Patreon instead of doing the YouTube membership. It's a little better for me. It's the same for you. For a small monthly donation, the same price as joining most YouTube channels. You get to see all the videos early and ad-free, and you get patron-only content. So huge thanks to the patrons for their support of the channel. And also, huge thanks for all the super thanks that people have sent. We really appreciate it. And keep watching. We're going to keep working on the Charlie project. And we'll see you at the swap meets.